Take you around Dog Nation in 90 seconds. This is DN90. Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon Adams, and for UGA fans who follow recruiting, one of the biggest names to know for the class of 2020 has been five-star athlete Arik Gilbert. This is true for a couple of reasons. Gilbert hails from Marietta, Georgia, and he stands among the rare in-state prospects that UGA is seemingly chasing down in an age when Georgia recruits nationally more so than ever before. The other reason I like Gilbert is because Gilbert has stated he'd like to play the tight end position, and his athleticism would make him a rare find at that position indeed. And seemingly, the relationship between Gilbert and Georgia has been a strong one. In fact, go back to really not all that long ago when Gilbert spoke to our Dog Nation recruiting insider Jeff Sintel about the things that he's been told by Georgia tight ends coach Todd Hartley and the plans that Georgia has for those tight ends in the future. Seems like Gilbert has liked a lot of what he's heard. In fact, here is what Gilbert has said about that very subject.
Coach Hartley, he really likes me and I really like him. Obviously, his history, he brings that up a lot with David Njoku, his guys in Miami. So, yeah, that's basically what we talk about. We talk a lot now. I went down there for a visit and we got to talk, so that was good. We just talked about how he was trying to change Georgia's offense around with the tight ends. Or not change it around, but just add tight ends into it.
So as I said, if you're a Georgia fan, there's probably a lot for you to like about that, but over the last few days, maybe some questions raised about Arik Gilbert's current relationship with the University of Georgia. It starts because of the fact that Gilbert was in Tuscaloosa this past weekend for an official visit to Alabama. He tweets out a couple of pictures of himself there holding up the national championship trophy, saying that he had a great time. Now, the fact that he had a great time is not necessarily a surprise. Almost all official visits go well, but what might be a surprise is, according to Dog Nation's recruiting insider Jeff Sintel, that Alabama may not be the school that Georgia fans have to worry about most when it comes to competition for Gilbert. As Jeff explained on Dog Nation Daily on Tuesday, it may be another SEC rival that stands in the way of the Dogs getting Gilbert. Here's what Jeff had to say.
I think Tennessee has given him pause. Tennessee recruits him as a wide receiver and not as a tight end. I know what you think of Gilbert, in-state prospect, Georgia. If that's a swing and a miss for Gilbert, that's going to mean something. And it will. But right now, I'm going to come back to the initial thesis statement there and say, it's not what's wrong with Georgia recruiting. Ha-ha, everybody laughed about that. It's kind of an inside joke. But it's not quite exactly nothing to worry about either.
So candid comments from Jeff there, eyebrow raising for most fans. It's fair to point out that Georgia has strong relationships with a lot of tight ends right now. Jalen Conyers has recently listed UGA among its finalists. Malik Carr took a visit to the Dogs this past weekend, and Theo Johnson out of Canada would also seem to have a connection to the Bulldogs too. But let's face it, Gilbert is the name that Georgia fans probably want more than anybody else. The good news on that front is, even if Tennessee's making a charge right now, there still could be a ways to go, and Georgia could still be certainly the winner when all is said and done when it comes to him. For more on recruiting stories like these, make sure you check out DogNation.com, and while you're there, click on the tab to find out more information about the next big event for Dog Nation Days of Summer, Thursday, August 1st at Brasstown Valley Resort and Spa in the beautiful North Georgia mountains of Towns County, not too far from Lake Chateau. A great getaway and a great time to talk some football. We hope to see you there, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here again tomorrow as well for another episode of DN90.